Every single thing you've been doing up until this point has been a complete waste of time. Doing everything except what you know you should be doing is completely unproductive. And you know this, but you keep convincing yourself that it's not. No more wasting time. You have to disappear. Luckily for you, this video will show you exactly how to do it in a very simple 3-step process. The very first step is to completely remove every single distraction that you have. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Instagram. I'm talking about TikTok. I'm talking about all these apps that are complete distractions and complete wastes of time. Now you will come up with excuses. You will tell yourself that you have friends on there, that you need to keep talking to these friends. But in reality, you can talk to them through less stimulating ways, like on SMS or anything that's just not stimulating to you at all. You have to completely get rid of these distractions if you want to succeed when it comes to achieving your goals. Step number 2 is completely isolating yourself from influences in your field. Now, what do I mean by this? So as an example, if you were a student and you were in a bunch of student group chats which were centered around school, you want to get rid of every single one of those. Why? Because inherently, those are all wastes of time too. Now, this is something I realized very early on. The most productive work will always be done alone, always, no matter what. Now, you will come up with excuses for not getting rid of these group chats or not getting rid of these spaces. And you will tell yourself that, it is productive, but it really isn't. These group chats are not productive. They're not at all. Because you know that the most productive work, the most work you do is when you're sitting alone with no one to talk to, and it's just you and your work. So now you might be asking, well, what if there's someone on there that could actually help me? Well, sure, those people exist, but more often than not, you won't be there for just that. You'll be there to waste time, and you'll waste much more time, and you'll do much less work than if you just didn't have those influences, you didn't have those distractions around you, and you just sat there and did your work. I noticed this myself when it came to studying. I would notice that when I just worked alone, I didn't have any of these apps, I didn't have any of these group chats, I was just in nothing. I was completely isolated. I was a ghost. When I was like that, I achieved so much more than every single person around me, even the people that I thought would be able to help me. I achieved more than them. And then when I slowly started creeping into these group chats, when I slowly started being a part of them, I noticed my grades were dropping drastically. And at the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how much I improved when I was in all these group chats versus when I just was completely alone and did all my work. Step 3 is completely removing the barriers to productivity. Now, you probably can name a few things that are stopping you from being the best that you can be. Say, for example, you live in a very noisy house and you keep getting distracted. What I did for that is I bought these noise canceling headphones. So these are like non-Bluetooth headphones. They don't play music. They don't do anything. Their main purpose is just to remove noise. You could get yourself one of these if noise is a problem. Or if you have, for example, annoying siblings who keep interrupting you, what you can do is you can go to a public library and you could study there. You need to identify exactly what it is that's stopping you from doing more work, and you need to tackle it head on. Now that you know what's stopping you from doing that work, you need to figure out what the work is that you have to do. So for example, if you wanted to get better at running, you would have to run more. You wouldn't go on more walks to be able to run better. You would just start running more and more. And it's the same thing when it comes to doing your work and achieving your goals. You want to do the one thing that'll help you achieve your goals. And usually this will be the most simplest, the most in front of you thing, but you'll oftentimes avoid it. You will do everything else instead of that one thing. You'll want to do every pseudo-productive alternative, such as walking more to get better at running, which won't work. You want to follow these 3 steps. Step 1, getting rid of distractions. Step 2, removing influences. And step 3 is making it easier to do the main task that you know you should be doing. And with the help of this, you should be able to achieve every single goal that you have set for yourself. And as promised, here are my grades before and after I started implementing these exact same processes. These were my grades before, these are my grades after. Now, I had basically went from having a 67% average in my 11th year of high school to having a 92% average in my 12th year of high school, and this is just based off what I talked about in this video. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and watch this video to figure out how I completely removed distractions such as social media forever. Other than that, take care.